Wow. At this point, let me.
What is that?
I'm playing something from YouTube.
I don't remember that.
Let me share with you something that was written by the great Gregory Porter. He's not only a great
Oh, take me to the alley.
a great songwriter as well. He shared with us this inspiring song that reminds us to continue taking care of each other. A beautiful message and a reminder from the greatest teacher and master. I'd also like to share this and offer this to all those who have always been at the front lines, the doctors, the healthcare givers, all those who've been sacrificing their time and lives, even their lives, the nurses, many of whom are Filipinos. Alam ko may mga nurses dito, di po ba? Let me offer this to all of you. Well, they build their houses in preparation for the king. Then they line the sidewalks with every sort of shiny thing. They will be surprised when they hear him say, take me to the alley.
Take me to the alley.
Take me to the afflicted one.
Ah, okay. Now I remember. This is
Take me to
the Aratani.
only ones that somehow lost their way. Let them hear me say, I am your friend. Come to my table. Rest here in my garden. You will have a pardon.
Yeah, man.
You will have a pardon. Take me to the alley. Take me to the afflicted ones. Take me to the lonely ones that somehow lost their way. Let them hear me say, I am your friend. Come to my table. Rest here in my garden. You will have pardon. You will have a pardon. somehow lost their way. Let them hear me say, I am your friend. Come to my table, rest here in my garden. You are, you will have take me to the alley. Take me to the afflicted ones, the lonely ones, the hungry ones, the tired ones. Oh, come to my table, rest here in my garden. Rest here in my garden.
Oh, I haven't heard you sing that. Really beautiful.
Thank you to Gregory Porter's heart and mind.
Yeah, yeah.
He's when I first heard that, I you know how that feels, and when you, I have to sing this. I have to be able to express the same things.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, and it's such a simple song.
simple but
Powerful.
profound and deep, right?
Yeah, totally. Those are I'm in love with those type of songs, like the little gems, right?
When I first rehearsed it, I remember when I brought the charts with to our rehearsals with Tateng and Abe, they both were laughing when as soon as I mentioned "Take me to the alley," Tateng, because that phrase is has a lot of it's a double meaning. Way back in Manila, back in the Philippines.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's that's become like a private joke among fellows, among friends. So, but when Tateng heard the words, he was so convinced that what a beautiful piece, what an inspiring piece.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad I was able to sing it.
Yeah, it was just really beautiful. I think it shows like people who always talk about how they're having trouble composing. It should be simple, it should
Yeah.
be just a direct feeling out there, that you put down on paper and, take it away. It's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mon David. He's a very dear friend of mine, and we have a group together called Fish to Birds, which is an improvisational vocal group, a cappella mostly. And
I am your friend.
I am your friend. Hey, Gary Brumberg. Hello.
Hi, Gary.
Here, and Joyce Glasgow. Yes, the 499th guest. How about that, Mon?
Wow.
499.
Good morning to everyone.
Yeah.
I hope you're all feeling well. I hope you're all safe from the COVID and all its subgenres. It's endless, right? They keep on coming. Those different styles and genres of COVID.
Yeah. Our immune systems are probably going to be much beefier after all this. Um, I wanted to ask you while I was listening to you, over the years that we've known each other, um, you've gotten deeper as a singer. I mean, you were
Really?
always, yeah, you're
Wow.
always you're always great from the beginning, but you got deeper too. I know. I really feel like it's reflective of your life. You're so close with your family and friends. I'm sure that feeds that, and as we grow older too, we start kind of relaxing, right? Like I'm just gonna say exactly what I feel, right?
I feel I've been relaxing too much. It's starting to feel really good, and you just no, I know it's not that good in some areas, but yeah, but you're right. We at this point in our lives, we'd rather savor every moment that's allowing us to enjoy family and friends, and you know, as they say, smell the roses as well.
Yeah,
Take time to smell the roses, and every morning I would walk, Anne and I, and I can't start the day without walking. It's nothing strenuous, but it's just the trees, the trees and the plants and so the houses in our neighborhood. They never fail to inspire me and just feed me with some fresh ideas and comfort me. So it's always very calming, right, to
yeah,
take walks.
yeah, yeah. Um, let's see. Getting back to your this growth in your singing, I was going to ask you something. I was going to say, well, how do you feel in your singing? Do you notice that the way you sing has changed, like in any way, like settled in, or use more space, or simplified, or do you notice anything like that?
Oh yeah, yes, and I feel good about it. The fact that I can hear myself. I'm able to really listen to my inner voice. Um, and when I review some of my performances, I would notice right away that growth, which which cannot happen overnight. I realize it's years and years of listening to you guys, to our friends, to great musicians. Whenever I'm free and I have time, I have the energy to go out. I go out to listen to all of them, great players, not only singers, and that helps a lot in as I evolve as a person and as a grandfather. uh, you know all those points, improve in many ways, in deeper ways, I if I may say. And you're right about that. When you use the word simplifying things, I'm all more and more. I really tend to do that. Simplify things, even phrases, even the use of space. And when you mention space, I think it's a major aspect in our singing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
When I'm younger, I tend to fill up all the blanks, all the spaces.
Yeah,
Very busy thinking about what I would do next.
yeah.
But uh, I'm a bit grown up.
Just a
I,
bit.
I am now able. I am just a bit. I am now able to enjoy the words, the notes, how how what made this composer choose this particular note after that note, and which I'm becoming more respectful of that. How the composers, how the writers came up with those, with their beautiful poetry. No, I think that's the normal path for us singers and musicians, right?
I like to think so.
It's just normal to mature and evolve that way.
I like to think so. I had a workshop here the other day, and this singer is a really good singer. She got up, she swings, and she has a nice tone, and she's good. And there was piano and bass. So she was singing with them, and I was thinking, there's something not happening. The band doesn't sound that good, which I've learned from listening to singers get up at my old jam session, that if the singer, no matter how good or bad they are, if they're not listening to the band actually doesn't sound so good. So I thought, okay, let's see, like, rather than just have her swing and get into the groove, I just said, okay, you just sing with the piano player. And so she did. And afterwards I thought, should I say this to her? And I said, you're listening only to yourself. And she had this look of kind of horror on her face, like it wasn't good. And I thought, uh-oh, let's see what's going to happen. So I said, you have to listen to the piano player when you're singing, not to yourself. And so they did it again. And the first thing that happened was space.
Mm-hmm.
It was so obvious. She sang, I mean, just in the response. And from then on, it was magical. And, yeah, it was great. It's just a slight change of perspective. And, not even thinking of space itself, but that was the result. It was really nice.
It took just one idea, just one
Yeah.
thought, one
Yeah.
word space to make it happen, right?
Yeah. It was great. Totally changed the music, It's wonderful. Mark Winkler is here. He says hi.
Hey, Mark.
Hi, Marky. Yeah, well, I mean, songs like that, for you folks who didn't come on in the beginning, I just showed Mon singing Take Me to the Alley. It was great. And the reason why I started talking about your perspective and, your growth is because, again, I've seen you sing where I've just been, like, there was that Filipino concert at Disney Hall that we went to where that was an incredible concert, but also you were, I just felt like you were royalty. I always kid you about that, but I really do mean that. You were just like, oh my God, it was so fantastic. But part of the reason why I had that effect was because you bring something that I was attracted to in jazz from the beginning, which with certain people, which is you bring a kind of things like honor and respect and ethics.
Wow.
You bring that into your music. The older you get, the more it's happening.
You're spoiling me, Kath.
I know I am. But that's,
Thank you for
that's worthwhile. That's what makes a great artist. That's what makes us change when we listen to music, right?
Yeah. Indeed.
Dolores, hi. Hi, Roland.
Hi, friends.
I'm sorry you missed Take Me to the Alley. I might play it again because it's so hard. But but you can find it on YouTube. It's pretty easy to find. Yeah, so So, when you're, do you feel like in teaching people, helping people, whatever, do you feel that that is a very strong perspective that you want to get across to people of, how you envision what you're singing? I mean, we know we have to be musical. We know we have to have our voice in good shape. We know all that. But do you stress that? Do you tend to stress a perspective?
I I think the one of the first few things, first valuable, important things that would hit me or would inspire me is the song first has to resonate,
Yeah.
words, and there's something about some melodies that some melodies don't even need words, right?
Yeah.
And some words don't need melodies. So uh, all in all, it has to affect me in deep ways. It has to resonate and speak for me as we all go through this journey, this exciting journey that we're all having, which we call life in general, right? Jazz in general, music. Sometimes I was telling a friend, one of our friends, months ago, that even the word jazz can never be enough. Sometimes it can be limiting to some people,
Yeah, that's
some
true.
way, right?
Yeah.
And that's why we hear some people react in this way, that you guys are so elitist, you guys are so high up there. When in reality, you mentioned a while ago how simple "Take Me to the Alley" was written, how simple the words were written, and yet it's so, the impact and the way it speaks to us, it's so strong and deep. That's always my basis. It has to hit me that way, a material. I remember when I first heard Mark Murphy sing "Did I Ever Really Live?" Right away, I'm hooked, and
Yeah.
and I told myself, this song, this is how I feel. This is me. This is I've lived this. I'm living this. I'm living these words, these phrases, and then you let it grow and evolve in your heart and in your mind, and then one day you find yourself singing it. And the interesting aspect is when you're able to present it in your own personal way, right?
Yeah.
And our friend arrangers would help a lot.
Yeah.
People who inspire us with the way they orchestrate, the way they interpret the chords, the way they do their own inversions, and perhaps that's another special way of presenting a material, if you look at it that way.
Yeah.
Take Me to the Alley, recently I found myself playing these chords along "Blowing in the Wind," Bob Dylan's classic, super popular song, which is
Yeah.
everybody knows it. So the lines may sound so common and so regular. Still, they continue being timeless. They continue being, right, reflective of how we look at the world.
Yeah, I know those songs. I think that's why everybody is kind of moving towards doing old songs from the 70s and stuff because it's, you know.
There's nothing new, really. They've said it all. They've written about it. They've expressed everything. It's just we're very fortunate to have these materials right in front of us. A click of a finger, and there will be thousands and thousands of references. It's up to us to be able to pick and choose and be reminded that this is really beautiful. This is timeless. This will never get old. There's no such thing as old, and we keep saying old standards. There's no such thing as old, right? There's always something new to embrace and present and relish and enjoy and live through our performances. And that's why I keep telling our friends that I need another lifetime to learn all these beautiful materials and all the other materials that are coming up from fellow writers. But in terms of the ideas and the experiences and the themes, there's really nothing new. The classics, much as we branded them as old or from the past, they still resonate. They're still very relevant, right?
Yeah. I can play Did I Ever Really Live? So I think I will, okay?
From DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Josh
ever...
did a wonderful thing there. Yeah.
Yeah, this is from David and Nelson Agreement. Mon David and Josh Nelson.
You're born, you weep, you smile, you sleep, you cling, you crawl, you stand, you fall. You stand again and try, and then you walk. You eat, you drink, you feel, you think, you play, you grow, you learn, you know, and then one day you'll find a way to talk. You're young, you fly, you laugh, you cry. You're grown, you're on your own at last. You lose, you win. Your days begin to slip away too fast, too fast. Too soon you'll hear a distant drum. Too soon the time to go will come, and time won't wait. Is it too late to ask? Did I ever love? Did I ever give? Did I ever really live? You're young, you fly, you laugh, you cry, you're grown, you're on your fast, too soon. You hear a distant drum. Too soon the time to go will come, and time won't wait. Is it too late to ask? Did I ever love? Did I ever give? Did I ever really live? I wonder. I've been wondering, did I ever love? Yeah. Did I ever give? I wonder. Did I ever really live? Did I really live?
The great Mon David
Josh Nelson.
and Josh Nelson. Beautiful. Josh makes everything special.
Oh yeah.
Um,
So,
well, we have a number of compliments. Nora Paradiso is here. She says hello, and
hi Nora.
Taylor Hatch. He asked if you had a favorite track from that record.
That would be, yeah. Did I ever really live? That would be it.
Yeah. And Dolores is here. She said it makes her cry, makes her sob. And Roland, check this out. What Roland said. I should copy these because these are really good. Okay, try to put your humble face on, man. I'll try to put into words the way I feel about Mon as a consummate singer. He is the embodiment of crooners that have gone into the past and of crooners that are still living, and any singer that comes in the future would be hard put to reach the level of performance and heart that he has achieved. He's created his own unique style that is Mon's, full of that honest love he imparts to every song.
Wow.
Sweet, right?
Wow. Roland,
That's
my
really
brother, you're too much.
it's nice, Roland. You almost made me cry there. Yeah, really beautiful.
I have a tissue paper. Roland, thank you.
And you know,
Thank you,
part of
everyone.
it when you hear, I remember hearing Sonny Wilkinson sing at a a jazz educator network convention, right? So you get thousands of teachers and professional players there, right? So it's not that you're at a lack of talent, right? She and Frank Potenza actually, and she sang the song from it's a show song from a Broadway show, something like "I'll Never Let You Down," or I forget the name of it. It's like, "I'll always be there. I'll always protect you. I'm here for you. Don't worry. And I'm telling you, I looked around the room and every professional player in there was crying. Everybody. And it's part of the reason was because we knew that she really meant that, because that's who she is, you know. And I think that's what comes across with your singing too, is that we know that that's who you are, you know. We know that. And any song that you sing, like Take Me to the Alley, or what's that great Abby Lincoln song that we both sing?
Throw it away.
Yeah, Throw It Away. You know, it's coming from a real place of knowledge and experience. And that in itself, I think, really touches people. You know, when you know or feel that somebody is coming, has that experience, and is really giving you the honest story from them, I think that is probably maybe one of the hugest gifts that we can give
Mm.
as a singer, especially, right? Because we have lyrics and, delivery.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank you for those kind words. And yeah, we just continue inspiring each other, right?
Yeah.
When we go out to listen to singers and musicians, you you grow, you evolve,
Yeah.
you grow with them. And when you mention that thing about there's I'd like to think that there's this relationship with songs, the songs and singers. Uh, if I may borrow the phrase that the great Joni Mitchell once said, that there should be that shared process of rebirth. You grow with the song as you continue learning it and performing it. You evolve with it, and it goes with that growth goes with your growth with your loved ones, with your friends and families, and which is, by the way, full of regrets sometimes, right? Full of, I should have this, I should
Yeah.
have talked to her, I should have, those wasted moments. Um, let me take that back. They're not wasted in many ways, but they keep you you mature with them, right? With those kinds of situations.
Yeah.
With songs, I feel that way with songs. There's always something worth remembering and worth listening to again when you listen to your previous performances. And sometimes you would often surprise yourself. How did that happen? I don't remember doing that. We know that perhaps a shoulder or a face out there inspired us,
Yeah.
or yeah, a
Yeah.
presence from dear friends, or your colleague on stage, something that Josh did, or something that this guy did. It's an endless, wonderful, exciting journey. This thing we call interpreting songs, interpreting composition, the writers.
Yeah.
And then it even becomes even more special when you get to interpret your creation, right?
Yeah.
Um, and life can be sometimes absurd. That one line alone.
He's
Got me
quoting my
hooked.
song.
Yeah,
That
got me
I
hooked to that
love watching you do that,
just
man.
one line. And if you recall, Ross mentioned that sometimes it's the first line starts everything. Life can be sometimes absurd, and then you're hooked to it, to the whole thing. But for some writers, after that first line, it's hard work. Comes the hard work. Sometimes it takes weeks and months. But in the case of the geniuses, all it takes is just a moment, just one line, and a few minutes more, and it's done, right?
Was that on
You
YouTube, or was that just like a private video that you sent?
Oh yeah, it was the one I sent you. It's
Yeah.
a private thing, but I can sing it for you if you and your friends want, right? If you if you have the patience to.
Sure.
Okay.
This is my song, ladies and gentlemen. This is a song I wrote. And Mon actually picked it up, and even his grandson is quoting it.
Yeah. I was blown away when we were playing in the backyard, and then And then my grandson was running in front of me and said, and he says, the ironic waltz. You feel like singing along. Yeah. Life can be sometimes absurd. You think you're moving ahead, out in the blue, wandering through, caught in the ironic waltz. That's so sick. Your turn.
Let's see. Wait.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden, you're there. Oh, now I can't hear you though. Oh,
Forced in a moment in time.
you'll have to do it because it's Zoom.
Strangely afraid, lost on your way, caught in the ironic waltz. That's back for this ironic waltz. Living in the moment, looking for the beauty, trying hard to be above it all. All at once, the thought that you are not alone. We are all the pieces to the perfect puzzle. Brings you back home to the waltz. Balancing yin and the yang. Living today, playing the game. Caught in the ironic waltz. That's the this that you may improvise now. Back in Only you can come out with such crazy lines. Waltz, bets, got living in the moment, looking for the beauty, trying hard to be above it all. All at once, the thought that you are not alone. We are all the pieces to the perfect puzzle. Brings you back home to the waltz.
To the waltz.
Balancing yin and the yang.
The yang.
Living today, playing the game. Caught in the ironic waltz. Ironic. I hope I didn't bastardize your song.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Love the waltzy feeling. Waltz. Balancing yin and the yang.
The yin and the yang.
Balancing sharps and the flats. East and west. Dems and reps. South and north. Life can be sometimes absurd.
I wish I could have sung it full on with you, but the Zoom thing is.
Oh yeah,
You
let's
did
do it
great.
again.
I love I love you singing that song. It's great.
Uh, I enjoy doing that. I've been I've been I've been laughing all by myself, working on it.
It's great. By the way, Dolores or Joyce, yes, you guys got it. So the song that Sunny sang, you actually ought to check this song out. It's called "Not While I'm Around."
Oh, I sang that
Of
at
course,
Gardenia. Yeah,
you did.
yeah. The Stephen Sondheim.
Get out of here! Really?
Yeah, right after "Throw It Away," I remember doing a segue of it. Throw It Away segued into that.
Wow.
Nothing's gonna harm you, not while I'm around. What a beautiful piece. That's another.
That's
Yeah.
that's the song Sunny made everybody sing, cry,
Ah, okay.
and that's just totally her. She's like, she's gonna kick butt if anyone hurts her homies.
Not
Yeah,
while I'm around.
Mon and I are always like finding out that we're either singing the same song,
That's true.
or we want to sing the same song, or we have sung the same song. Also, Louisa, have you sung Louisa?
Oh no, I first heard that from you.
Yeah,
The one who sang at St. B's. That's another.
yeah, that would be a good song for you as well.
I love your velo. What do you call it? The piano,
Yeah, Velho Piano.
velho piano.
Yeah,
That's another beautiful melody.
yeah, that's a beautiful song too.
Para nada. We have lots of things to work on, Kath.
I know. Come on.
Para nada. Call this that song written by Derek Oles.
Oh yeah,
Stone.
and there's another song too that you sent to me.
Yeah, the one of that was recorded by Tatiana. What a beautiful melody.
Yeah, very beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a lot of really, great songs like that. And I will play your "Take It to the Alley" again shortly because I want to play. There were people who came late to the party here. So let's see. I know you have a gig at Libretto coming up, which is where
Oh, that's
Josh and Larry and I went a few.
far ahead.
Yeah, and it's where is it? Palace? No, what is it?
Paso Robles.
Paso Robles. So this is. I had Corey Jordan, the owner, on a few weeks ago, which was really fun. It's a really great gig, and Mon and Josh are going to go up there and play. It's about a 4-hour drive from here, and anyway,
Oh,
it's
really?
really, yeah, and it's gonna be. You'll love it. The room is beautiful.
I know. I know that they have a great piano there.
Yes. And just the stage is small and the room is relatively small, cozy. It's very nice. You'll really enjoy it a lot.
We all love small venues.
Yes, we do.
We would always have small crowds anyway.
Hey, tell me, it seems like music is very big in the Filipino culture. Why is that?
Well, music, it's always been singing and playing. That it's always been part of our culture, our lifestyles. Yeah.
It's very, I mean, it's strong, definitely stronger than here as far as, the amount of people who love it and do it.
Hmm.
I just wonder why sometimes, it's because it's pretty special, actually. You know, Um I mean, you go to other cultures, and I mean, there's definitely music, but it seems like there's something about the connection. I think with music and Filipinos. It's
That's
just
true.
yeah,
Singing, music, and playing. It's always been a part of family gatherings with friends and all sorts of events. There will always be music, live music. And
yeah,
I grew up. I grew up. I can still recall vividly. Almost every night we were in the sala and playing guitar, singing, and but the interesting thing is most of it came from the West. Most of it, we would listen to the radio. We would buy records, and I grew up listening to all kinds of music, and particularly the popular ones, from the Beatles to Chicago to Motown sounds to Stevie Wonder to Cat Stevens, and and that's why I would always tell the young ones when they ask me to listen to everything, to just absorb and enjoy all styles, all kinds of music, and it's one way to grow,
yeah.
right?
Do your grandchildren, are they musical, or do they sing? And
Yeah, they're starting to really enjoy performing, and you know, it's funny when you mentioned that not while I'm around. When I was rehearsing it, Nico, one of my grandchildren, came up to me, Lolo, how come there's that word, there's demon? Demons will charm you with a smile. How do you explain that to kids, right? The poetry, the poetic part of a song, which is supposed to be poetic. Anyway, yeah, it's always been food, music, dancing.
Community.
Yeah,
And
community.
yeah.
If you recall that song that I wrote in my native tongue, Kapampangan,
Yeah.
Abe Muku at the Walt Disney, that was inspired by our kundiman, which means Filipino folk songs, and it's a very there's a lot of there's a very strong Spanish influence. Maybe because we were, under the Spanish regime for 300, almost 400 years.
Mm.
And as they say, people would jokingly say that, Filipinos, we were in a convent for 300 years and 50 years of Hollywood,
Oh my God.
which is kind of true, because that's our exposure,
Yeah.
Spanish songs which gave us the Filipino folk songs in terms of influencing the melodies, very minorish,
Yeah.
the flow, and then the Hollywood, the top 40 hits from here.
Yeah.
So I'd say we're blessed in many ways, in some ways, because of that kind of orientation and exposure,
Yeah.
and and that's why when some of my friends would, though, especially those who've been very nationalistic in their ways, when they start mentioning that, so have you decolonized them on? I don't think that will ever happen in my case, because I just love this art form. I just love the combination of things. I just love the merging of the Spanish, the Western, the blues, the swing part of it, all those styles. Who says that we can't merge them? We can't use them. We can combine them to come up with something even better, right? Perhaps, hopefully.
Yeah.
So that's how open I have become in terms of appreciating these things. When I
Yeah.
was with the band, we would do a lot of funky tunes, danceable tunes, disco music, and then on the next set we'll be doing a lot of James Taylor pieces and Cat Stevens, and
It was
And being a
everything.
drummer during those times, being a drummer, I was quite particular with grooves and time feels, and I think that helped in my phrasing, in my interpreting songs.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, it's so interesting that you and Paul Jost have such similar history, and also the your artistry is similar. So both of you were drummers, and both played guitar, and and you guys both have this very deep heart connection to the music, and speak your truth really dramatically. You know, I just it's really interesting to me. I feel like having you both as friends. I feel like there's this balance for me. It's like, oh,
Um,
this is like a beautiful umbrella. But yeah, it's very interesting to me that you guys have similar. There's a similar universe that you share, I guess.
that was a special project. Thank you for having us.
Oh
There
my
was social anthems. A part of me was refreshed, and I was reminded in many ways, in good ways, by the material in that album,
yeah.
especially that Marvin Gaye tune, "Save the Children."
Yeah, actually, I think I might actually play a little bit of
Yeah,
that.
why not?
And not the whole thing because it's so long, but
Uh,
Salman has been on several of my CDs, and probably will be on another one.
ah,
Save the Children, and this one was from Social Anthems Volume One, and we it's a long cut, so I'm not going to play the whole thing, but we will play a little
I
bit.
love how you've put it all together,
That
it,
song or the album or
the album and this particular song.
yeah. Yeah, I have to get to work on the second one, just finishing the vocals, but I'm trying to finish the Nonette project first before I get distracted because you know me, I tend to get distracted. Kind of split up in a few different directions, right? So here we are, social anthems. I just want to ask a question. Who really cares? What will we finally do when we face what we're doing?
Will we take responsibility to help our brothers and sisters of humankind? People who live in the streets, the old people, the children, Mother Earth. Can we save the children?
Will you save the children? Oh, there'll come a time
There'll come a time
when the world won't be singing.
when the world won't be singing.
No flowers, flowers won't grow.
And bells won't be ringing, be ringing. Who really cares? Who's try to save a world,
Save a world that's destined to die.
when I look at the world, fills me with sorrow.
Oh, little children today,
Little children,
they're really gonna suffer
they'll suffer tomorrow. Oh, oh, what a shame.
What a shame.
Such a bad way to live.
Such a bad way to live. Who is
to
to
blame?
blame when we
We can't
can't
stop
living?
Live,
Live,
live for life.
but let live everybody.
Live life for the children.
Oh, for the children.
Let's save the children.
Save the children.
Save the babies.
Save all the babies. Then it goes into a great Anthony Wilson solo.
Oh,
When I heard this song, the arrangement first by Anthony Wilson, it was long and there was a lot of space. And I was singing it, and then I thought, I need Mon to come in on this with me. And it was really a great experience singing that with you. And it happened very
yeah.
naturally. We didn't plan very much at all. Yeah. It was really beautiful. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And talk about, a timely song. It's so timely. Still. I just saw some commercial. Oh yeah, it was this guy very interesting guy. I think he's on Biden's administration, but he had a really interesting life. He came out of a very bad childhood, very abused, and kind of really clawed his way out. He actually was allowed to go to Vassar. And that was just when Vassar was starting to accept men. And he went to Vassar, and then he went to, I think it might have been USC, and he got a law degree, and he started an organization dedicated to children. He wrote a book. He came out as gay, and just wow. And it said something like 52,000 children are homeless right now, and yeah, it's just there's so a song like that, Save the Children, is so
Yeah.
tied into that, and so important to feel and to inspire people.
It's a beautiful compilation, Kath, and I'm glad you're doing you're
Thanks.
doing the second volume.
Thank you.
They should be out there, these things.
Thanks. So what the libretto job is coming up in May, right? Sometime in May or something.
No, the one in May is at Saint B.
Oh, that's an
the Saint
Eagle.
Barnabas, the
Yeah.
Eagle Rock. Yeah.
Are you doing it just with Josh or with somebody else?
Well, I'm thinking I haven't thought of I haven't finalized the format yet, but most likely it will be with Josh too. But I have to check his schedule. That guy is really very busy.
I know, man.
He's everywhere. He's
I think he's a little overwhelmed too. Every time I talk to him, he's like, it's almost like he's trying to take a breath.
with all those collaborations with different artists,
Yeah,
which is
it's hard to turn down people, when especially when you're getting,
yeah.
some great offers and stuff. Last night we were talking about Jacob Collier, and how that's what's happening to him. He's getting all these offers,
Sure,
high level people. You can't really turn them down.
Wow.
You did a workshop at Idlewild, when Cecily arranged that, but that was at least probably 4 years ago, right? Before.
Uh,
And yeah, so now he probably wouldn't, wouldn't do it or something. So when is Libretto? Is that in the summer?
Libretto is in August.
Okay, August. Wow.
The Saint B is in May.
Okay. Do you have something coming up soon?
Nothing right now. Nothing at the moment.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do something at Sam First. I hope they will have a space for me too one of these days.
Me too. If
Yeah.
my friend Cho comes in from Korea, I might be able to get a job there, but it's it's
Oh,
hard.
that would be a perfect venue for you guys, for the both
Yeah,
of you.
yeah.
Sam First.
Hey, why don't you do the Urban Press with me on January 15th?
Okay. Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
fun.
January. Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't really finalized the band at all.
Yeah. I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in and I'm out.
It's good because last night I created my PR. Oh my God. I couldn't believe when I sat down that I hadn't fully created my complete PR. Like I always have to put it on my website, and then I have to from time to time send out like kind of a group of things happening on Constant Contact. But as most of you know, I get into typos a lot. I think because I'm doing it too late and there's so much information, and then I hit send. So last night I refused to hit send. And
Just keep double checking the date. That's always.
and now here I am inviting you to join me on January 15th. So that's great. So now today I'm going to put that in.
I have to write that down. January 15. That's usually on a Sunday, right? Or is it Saturday?
Sunday, yeah, 2 to 5.
Oh yeah. I was because
that's
I
exciting.
was able to visit Dolores a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I had to miss that one. And Dolores, it's like I want to see Dolores sing. Oh, I love Dolores.
She's still the same incendiary woman.
um,
Uh,
so what's in your near future plans?
the recording, you might have forgotten it, but I haven't forgotten it yet.
Oh yeah, the recording.
Yes, because my list is getting longer and longer.
Oh my God.
But I'm in the process of editing in, editing out. It keeps happening. One day you're
I have to write
very
that
much in love with
down.
this piece. One day you're very much in love with the piece, and then the next day you have a new love.
That's
that
so
kind of-
true.
Right?
Yeah, that is so
So true with artists and musicians. We keep changing, we keep modifying, we keep reshuffling. There's never a final. There's never a final setup.
What's
set
one of
list.
What's one of your favorite songs right now?
The one that I'm planning to record.
Yeah, which song is, well, you don't have to tell us all that, but which song have you been like falling in love with lately?
Okay, among the classics, among the standards, among the frequently sung, I don't know. I've been in love with You Go to My Head.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just the way it was written. And
You're not doing it in 5, are you?
oh no,
Mon
sorry
likes
if I
5.
sorry if I've been confusing you a lot. It's like, I don't know why it's like going back to the basics.
Yeah.
There's always that feeling after listening to the more complicated ones, the more sort of what we call sophisticatedly arranged. After a while, you go back to the basics and just enjoy and embrace the beautiful melodies and the beautiful words. Right? How come I'm always I dream of these lines like I've grown accustomed to your face. I see your face before me. There's always that face.
Look at that face.
Yeah.
Look at that face. Yeah.
So, and the other thing is the formats, the sounds, the combinations, the instrumentation. It never stops, right? They keep bugging me in the middle of the night. It could be the most bare, the most minimalist approach, and sometimes you would hear live strings in your head, and it
I
goes
just
on
have
and
to
on.
tell you that yesterday I was speaking to Calabria, Foti, and Bob McChesney, and we played from their earlier album, Prelude to a Kiss.
Oh
Fucking
yeah,
gorgeous. I mean, first of all, her singing is like velvet. It's
oh
just
yeah,
velvet. And she
beautiful.
phrases so beautifully. And they had, the arrangement was great. Bob had arranged the strings for that. And which by the way, he was self-taught arranging for arranging.
That's amazing.
It's really amazing. But that song is just gorgeous. Like
Yeah,
what you're talking about. It's
yeah.
just a beautiful song, beautiful lyrics, images, melody, harmony, everything. It's
Uh-huh.
just a beautiful, beautiful song.
No wonder we never get tired of singing them, right? No
Yeah.
wonder they keep coming back, like that song. I keep coming back to Joe's. Oh yeah, Calabria and Bob. They're two of my favorite artists and
Yeah.
musicians.
Uh,
Very class.
Roland says he loves the way you do Nature Boy.
Ah, uh, oh, thank you, Roland. You might have noticed the 5/4 thing.
Now, Dolores, what recording? We started talking about another recording for Mon last year, and so just because of one thing or the other, it's been going slow, moving towards that. So slow that it actually left my head, Mon.
See, that's
Oh
how
my
slow it
God.
was, right?
I just wrote it down on my new list, though.
So it will be Dolores. It will be released under Turtle Island Records. But we're having fun. We're enjoying life anyway.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's kind of that project though is interesting because it kind of started out. Dan Davila suggested like a tribute to Mark Murphy, and then Mon started going, well, I don't know if I want the whole record to be a tribute to Mark Murphy, but yeah, and then I think that's where it started really like
Yeah.
going deep.
I
Um,
remember mentioning a possible track to Mark Winkler, our friend Mark, and because he was asking me about it, then I told him, "Oh, yeah, I'm writing this. I've been working on this blues for Mark Murphy, and in the meantime, I'm calling it Murky, and, because that's how his friends would call him. Close friends would call him
oh, really?
Marv Murky.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
So yeah, in all likelihood, there will be a song or two as a way of paying homage or tribute to the great Mark Murphy.
Yeah.
That will be part of it. the murky blues.
That's cool. I like that.
His friends would dub him Marv Murky. That's based on his anyway, I forgot the words. The compromise was never his creed. That caused him his obscurity. That kind of a message about Murphy. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to start working on those songs.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm even thinking of using live strings, a quartet in a couple of tunes.
Using what?
Like a quartet, string quartet,
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought you said live streams, and
live strings.
I couldn't wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
That would be nice too. That would
Right.
be really nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
That would-
There's this thing that's yeah, that keeps reverberating in my head. What John Hendricks did with Estate. If you recall that arrangement, the string quartet that he used there, it's just gorgeous, so gorgeous.
I don't remember hearing that.
Try to look it up. It's Estate by John Hendricks, his version.
Wow.
I'm reminded of that intro. Remember that intro for Stardust? That classic, beautiful intro for the creeping sound of. And now the purple dusk of twilight time. That kind of a. I'd like to be able to establish that in one or a couple of tunes.
Mon, I think that you and I should make a date like once every 3 weeks or so to, talk about it.
Talk about these things.
Yeah, because, yeah, it just needs to kind of firm up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like that would be our first agenda for the 2023.
Okay.
Next to urban press.
Yeah, let's do that. I don't know about you. Yeah, you just said you're not doing too much, but I have this, maybe it's on my wavelength or energy level. There
I may not be doing too much physically, but here and here, it's just I'm overloaded. Yeah, my notes and my notebooks are just piling up.
See what I mean? Yeah,
I keep making notes, and
there's a lot of energy.
it's just a matter of.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot going on because I have some things coming in that are happening, not in December, but starting in January and February. And it involves some people coming in from out of town too, but it's I'm kind of I don't know, I'm trying to be calm and leave space and let the universe kind of ride itself, but also I want to kind of guide it if I can. But yeah, but anyway, that's why I say I definitely want to put that into my schedule to actually have a date with you whenever,
Yeah,
I think
at least twice a month if we can do that.
Yeah.
Twice a month.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, I remember talking to Brian Swartz a couple of days ago. I was able to visit them at a jazz vesper event here in Northridge, and we were talking about the pandemic, the period, the COVID, what it did for all of us, to all of us. He was grateful, and I wasn't surprised, being a composer himself, a great artist himself. And Mon, I'm thankful the pandemic happened. This is not to undermine what the other aspects, but I was able to come up with this compilation. Here it is, the CD, and he played some of his originals in the church, and it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it all happened during that period.
Yeah.
Period when everyone was being reflective, and we all had that space and time to really focus on our instrument. Right. I was holding my trumpet day in, day out, and I was just writing. And here's the album. So.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's good to hear, to see that among friends, and it's still there's a lot of positive things that happened, right? Despite the other horrible aspects of it.
Yeah. Well, I think, was it, I was just trying to remember, did we start out talking about this, or was I talking about this with somebody else?
The album, the
Well,
album.
talking about moving forward, like,
Ah,
like coming up against dramatic happenings, and then, but I think I was talking about it with Paul Jost, actually, like going through a lot of shit, but then what are you going to do? Because we're on the path that we're on, we keep moving forward,
uh,
and
still victorious,
yeah, exactly.
still victorious in many ways.
Yeah. And
Still
of course,
creative.
yeah, that's human. That really is human
Yeah,
nature.
yeah,
Although some
that's.
people get so overloaded with loss and grief,
Oh,
they find it difficult to move. But it is human nature.
yeah. It's also human nature to be trapped in that idea of being able to accomplish a lot at a certain time, deadlines, meetings, and
Yeah,
schedules, and calendars, filling up your calendar. Where it's so easy to be trapped in that situation, and then missing the enjoyment, missing the fun and the space and the time, the available time with friends and family. And like I said a while ago, physically I may not be really busy, but deep inside there's a lot going on.
yeah,
You're cooking, you're thinking, and you're processing and editing in and out, and so that when that time comes, it will just happen.
yeah, yeah,
Quick ways, right?
yeah,
I recall during those times, the earlier years, people would just meet, musicians would just meet, and talk, say hello for 30 minutes, and then boom, there comes 8 songs, 10 songs, a whole compilation stuff.
yeah,
One session or 2 sessions, right?
yeah,
I'd love that to happen, to be able to do that in many ways, and if possible, inject a little bit of the original materials written by our friends here in LA-based friends.
yeah,
You, Mark Winkler, Josh Nelson, a lot of writers, great writers we're blessed to have them here in LA,
yeah,
and that's why that song resonates with me even more. The City of Angels, just LA is full of angels,
yeah,
angel singers, angel writers, angel musicians, angel nurses, angel caregivers, angel public servants.
Where was,
So forth and so
by the
forth.
way, where was I'm going to play Take Me to the Alley again, but where was Take Me to the Alley done?
Oh, it was at Aratani. It was a Christmas presentation last year. Aratani Theater, the
Oh,
Japanese American Cultural Center.
okay.
But I remember doing that also at Catalina. You were there, right? You were there with Jay Clayton. Remember that?
Yeah, I
The
do.
birthday
Yeah,
birthday celebration.
I do. But this one is quite astounding.
Oh,
So, Dolores, this is for both you and me again.
At this point, let me. Let me share with you something that was written by the great Gregory Porter. He's not only a great singer, but a great songwriter as well. He shared with us this inspiring song that reminds us to continue taking care of each other. a beautiful message and a reminder from the greatest teacher and master. I'd also like to share this and offer this to all those who have always been at the front lines, the doctors, the healthcare givers, all those who've been sacrificing their time and lives, even their lives, the nurses, many of whom are Filipinos. Alam ko may mga nurses dito, di po ba? Let me offer this to all of you. Well, they build their houses in preparation for the king. Then they line the sidewalks with every sort of shiny thing. They will be surprised when they hear him say, take me to the alley, take me to the afflicted ones, take me to the lonely ones that somehow lost their way. Let them hear me say, I am your friend. Come to my table, rest here in my garden. You will have a pardon. You will have a pardon. Take me to the alley. Take me to the afflicted ones. Take me to the lonely ones that somehow lost their way. Let them hear me say, I am your friend. Come to my table, rest here in my garden. You will have pardon. You will have a pardon. somehow lost their way. Let them hear me say, I am your friend. Come to my table, rest here in my garden. You heart, you will have a
They will have
heart. Take me to the alley. Take me to the afflicted ones, the lonely ones, the hungry ones, the tired ones. Oh, come to my table, rest here in my garden, rest here in my garden.
You know, such a beautiful film done too. It's really a nice film.
Take me to the Urban Press Winery. Early plugging. Sorry, Linda Smith, I might preempt it. Hey, thank you always, Kat, for you keep. I don't know that maybe that's really your magic, opening, creating spaces and opening doors for everyone, creating opportunities, along with some of our friends here in LA.
Yeah.
So I think I'll grab this rare opportunity to thank you and all of them. You know who you are, who continue supporting us, continue helping us thrive in many ways, right? It's
Yeah.
I would always say this: it's not an easy path, it's not an easy choice and route, but it can be the most fulfilling and healing thing. So I want to thank you all in behalf of my family. It's Christmas, it's holiday season, so I think it's just perfect time to acknowledge that and express gratitude. As we Filipinos would say, maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I look around and I see some beautiful things happening, and it's really nice. It's good. Yeah, there's a great feeling when you create things that people can enjoy, can get involved in and enjoy. It's what could really
The
be
act of creating itself is just the mere fact that you're doing something, you're creating something. It's already, you know, it's already something special. You mentioned that a lot of times in your book, the act of becoming, and I continue savoring those ideas.
You know, I haven't even read it since I put it out.
How
So
dare you
I
not
have to
read your
it
work?
again. Yeah, I have to read.
I gave one of our friends a copy, and he's been
Oh,
enjoying it,
that's
sharing it. Yeah.
that's nice. Yeah, it's good. It's nice. Actually, last night my sleep has been very weird. I don't know about you, but so I've been waking up. Most nights I wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes I sleep through, but anyway, last night I got up and I thought about just sitting down and writing. You know, I didn't. I watched TV and I had a glass of Remy Martin. That's been working really well. But
As they say, sometimes you have to do the nonsensical stuff to come up with the more sensible things afterwards.
For a few weeks now, I've been doing. I went back to The Artist Way. Are you familiar with that book?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been doing the morning pages, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's you know, I don't really love to wake up early. So when I do, it's okay, but if I don't really work at it, waking up early. So waking up early to write for like a half hour, in the
Mhm.
beginning of your day. But I really feel like it's opening up. I feel like it's clearing off some, you know, stuff that was in the way. I don't know what was in the way, just kind of blah 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 stuff. But yeah, I feel more open, more. The ideas that I'm coming up with are clearer.
Uh-huh.
So you never know. You never know what's going to happen in
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah. Which makes it exciting, right? You don't
Yeah,
know. You don't know yet. You have a feeling that's going to be good. It's just
yeah.
like improvisation. You don't know how it- somehow you know it's going to be good. I've always had that kind of mindset. Uh, and when you're done getting rid of the fear, it becomes even more beautiful.
That's like another lesson, that's comparable, right? The improvisation
Hmm.
and how you're in the moment, but you're also aware of what's
Hmm.
coming. And I mean, that's how life works really well, right?
Is
You're
that
in the
what they
moment.
call leaning forward?
Yeah, yeah,
Leaning forward by maybe a couple of bars or 4 bars
yeah.
in anticipation, a
Yeah.
beautiful anticipation. And that's a big word for me. Ante-
Anticipation.
when you're able to anticipate everything, anything that can happen, yeah, you're better off. It lessens the tension and the stress and the fear. You're able to take them away because you're so you're you're kind of ready, but at the same time you're unprepared,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. You
It
don't
you're
really
in front
know.
of something that's unknown to you, but it excites you at the same time.
Yeah,
Wayne Shorter would always mention that.
he would.
Yeah, Wayne Shorter, right? How can you rehearse the unknown? You cannot, but you can anticipate it. You can to a certain point be prepared for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Then it becomes exciting because you're kind of prepared, but at the same time you don't know what's going to happen. It's it's yoga Vera, yoga description of jazz. Great, funny, and as much as you want to explain that, you want everybody to feel it, especially those who are not really into it. There's no point, right? There's no point. You just live your life and do it. Do it anyway.
Um,
Uh,
yeah, anticipation. Dolores, you can get my book on at Book Locker, or you could go to my site and follow a link. I think. Um, so yeah, um, there's a singer coming to town in I don't know when exactly, maybe January. She's French and Brazilian, and she did a project of with Wayne Shorter's music. So she wants to come and say hi to him. Um, and yeah, so Wayne Shorter, man,
oh, wow.
yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
I hope. I hope his existence longer.
I know.
I know his name is Porter, but we want a longer existence and
We want
just
Wayne Shorter to be around longer. Yeah. Um, did you do a little something different because your sound is cutting in and out a little bit?
Yeah,
Okay.
with that.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Joyce. So Joyce Glasgow is suggesting for you to sing Joanna.
Oh, you're Joanna.
Not my Joanna, the one from that same show that the other song is from. Oh, from Sweeney Todd.
Ah, okay, okay. From where not while I'm around came was
Yeah, by Sondheim. Yeah.
you. Thank you for reminding me about that.
Do you know that? Do you know that song?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I recall. But I have to review it. There's there are so many gems from those musicals, right? And to think that Did I Ever Really Live came from that very short-lived play musical, which lasted for less than a week. But the good thing about it is they it produced that piece.
Right. I remember that story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and there were a few shows in the 20s and 30s that had that same experience. Very short lived, not because the play itself wasn't, whatever, didn't wow the audience, but the music was great.
Now I'm wondering where that song came from. I See Your Face Before Me. Was it
Well,
from a musical as well?
she said in the writing here, she said it was, I thought it was from City of the Angels,
Uh,
but she said it was maybe from Sweeney Todd.
mm,
See, I see your face. I see your face before me, right? So I'm gonna see where it came from. I see your face
I
before me.
did that too, right?
Sorry?
I See Your Face Before Me. You recorded it too, right?
No, I
Or
didn't.
was it I've grown accustomed to your face with the
Yes,
Ed
that
Green?
yes. Oh, and
That's a
I didn't realize Johnny Hartman actually sang
oh yeah, yeah,
"I
yeah.
See Your Face Before Me," and it was by Schwartz and Dietz
Sports and Deeds, yeah.
from a Broadway musical called Between the Devil, which I had never heard of. So I'm sure that
Me
that
too.
you know probably wasn't huge. Two recordings made the charts after the show's debut. One was with Guy Lombardo, and the other
Uh-huh.
was with Glenn Gray's orchestra. So
Uh-huh.
Johnny Hartman's recording was part of the soundtrack for the 1995 film The Bridges of Madison County.
Ah, I remember that scene.
And
One
the
of them.
song was the first composition that Nelson Riddle wrote an arrangement for in 1938, and later he arranged it for Frank Sinatra in 1955.
Oh,
Interesting, right?
yeah. That's another part of my bucket list. All those jewels from the all the great tunes from the musicals,
Yeah,
songs that are rarely recorded, right?
yeah, yeah. There's
One from musical.
so many great songs. I remember one time when I used to work at Ca del Sol with Tamir. Tamir and I, we we decided we would play a game of going through the alphabet the whole night. So we started
Uh,
at A, and we actually went through the whole alphabet.
So did you start with Amelie?
Amelie. That's funny. Yeah, I don't remember
Well,
everything we started with, but
of course, can be that way.
yeah, I think X we had to make adjustments for, but
Uh, um,
yeah, but that was fun. Those were the old days. Oh, God, I wish I could have a gig like that again. Just a duo gig in an intimate room. That's something I'd really like to
you know what? We can
have.
we can do that. Sorry if I'm including myself.
How can we do that? Where?
With the pianist and with
Yeah.
two pianists who are gifted or blessed with those thousands of titles in their heads.
No.
That
I
would be
know.
nice. It's just going to be a recall and recite and revisit and perform. There are just too many
I
beautiful pieces.
know.
You mentioned a prelude to a kiss. That's another.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Uh, you taught my heart to sing. McCoy Tyner's. Very simple yet so beautifully written. Da-da-da-da-da-dum. We meet and it begins. The sound of violins. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You taught my heart to sing. Uh,
And Jobim songs are really good for that too, because
yeah.
the melodies, many times the melodies are repetitive for a little bit in the song. Like for instance, ba ba da 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 do da do da do da do da do da do da
Think
do da do da do da
portrait
do
of
da.
black.
And it sounds almost simple unless
Uh,
unless you really know what's going on in the background. But yeah, a lot of times, I mean, how many students have I had who thought Girl from Ipanema was simple?
yeah.
It's
Uh-huh.
actually not a simple song.
Especially the bridge.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk about chromatic tones. And I call that Zingaro, the portraits in black and white, redundantly beautiful melody. Right?
Tierney wrote some beautiful words, English, but she couldn't get them published, because the Jobim family is very tight on allowing, people to be published. So with words to his songs, English words, but the words were quite beautiful. Yeah, actually, I should show you them. I'll just show you, and everybody would probably like to see that if they know this song. It's very nice. I mean, I didn't record it. I just because I didn't want to get my record
Uh-huh.
taken away, um, but I I do it live because it's really quite beautiful. Let's see.
Is this portrait in black and white
Yeah.
or okay.
Yeah, so check this out. Really beautiful. So, long ago, a single kiss, a lover's dream
Oh,
went amiss, but still I held you softly in my dreams.
wow.
Fantasy, you came to me, a warm obsession. Fever will remedy, eyes your destiny. It's really to closer to your arms. Love's illusion. It's a distant memory. I pray that somehow it will set me free.
Let's do that at the Urban Plaza, a press winery.
Okay, I'll send it.
See if the redundancy will affect them with wine.
You know what song I finally sang after 40 years of knowing it? The other night I sang Never Let Me Go.
Wow. You took that long for Never Let Me Go?
Yeah, I don't know why. It just never kind of got into the cracks.
Okay.
And I've always loved that
Beautiful.
song. Yeah, it's just talk about use of space
Yeah.
and really feeling it. I loved singing it. Maybe I just had to grow up to sing it.
It's one of my favorites too. It's always been one of my favorites. Never Let Me Go.
Yeah.
Para nada. That you're talking about songs that would take years or decades from our ends. From years and years of appreciation, but not really getting to perform them.
Yeah.
Peacocks is one of them for me.
Yes.
Peacocks, Para Nada, I haven't really started working on the words, but the melody is just, it's
Yeah.
just so haunting for me. What else? Lost Life took me years before I got to record and perform it, but it's always been a favorite. And just like Never Let Me Go is, or
You know, I had a student show up, kind of a newbie, right, of singing, and I said, "Okay, do you know any jazz tunes?" She said, "Yeah, I know Lush Life." I was like, "Okay, let's let's hear that." So she sang it. The reason she sang it and the version she sang was from Lady Gaga,
oh,
because Lady Gaga's been really singing standards, a lot. And but of course, as you can imagine, the arrangement and what she was singing was not the basic song.
Mhm.
So I had to kind of wash out wash that out of her memory banks, and give her the real basic song. I just thought that was so interesting, though. It's like Lush Life. She fell in love with the song because she heard Lady Gaga sing it. Pretty cool, really. Nora is asking when you moved to LA. When did you?
a year, the time, 2007. So we've been living here for almost 17 years. Yeah, going on 17 years, and it it's funny because it's strange because it feels like just 2 years from my head.
To
Yeah,
me, it feels longer, actually.
yeah. A lot has happened, and yeah, beautiful. I will never. It never crossed my mind ever. Not yet. Not yet though. To think of other places to go or live. For me, this is probably one of the top 3 places that I want to spend my life.
It's comfortable. It's a nice, comfortable, open
Mm.
kind of a place. Well, it's actually been 2 hours that we've been hanging around
Uh-huh.
chatting. Um,
Thank you.
Thanks for being on again. I just kept feeling like I didn't. I don't know why, but I felt like
Okay.
to have you on again.
It's always been this way with us anyway. It's bom, 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 bom. At least we've established 2 important things. You're back in the recording mode with me
Exactly.
after so many months, and we have a gig.
And those
Or
2
we're-
things, that's valuable,
yeah, yeah. Among other among other stuff and little things, nice things.
All right, well, kiss the family for me.
I will. Thank you.
Um,
Give my best to Gary too. I hope he's feeling better as well.
yeah, he is. And speaking of feeling better, you seem pretty.
Yeah. I missed the fun though last night. I hope it was fun.
It was really fun. I'll send you. We recorded. We had a few really fun things. It was just Dave and David Joyce and Cecily and Ashley and me.
Oh, I miss them. Yeah, I mentioned to Dave that law firm that I'm planning to put up. David and David. He seems interested though.
He did seem interested.
And then I'll start calling David Moscow as well.
David, and David.
Hopefully we get to invite Goliath eventually.
All right,
Dave
Mon.
Brusen.
Have a really nice evening.
You too.
We're
You
gonna
too.
go to the last show of Mr. Music Head, the Just Jazz.
Is it tonight?
Yeah, and you know what else is tonight, which I really would like to go to.
Oh,
And I'm thinking, how can I go to both? So, you know the 1881 in Pasadena?
oh, the one of Jimmy Brantley. Oh my gosh!
Harry
Wow.
Frank's going to be there. Who else? There's going to be somebody else. I can't remember the third person.
Ahmet.
Is it Ahmet? Or
I
is
think I
Carrie
saw
playing
Ahmet's
organ?
name in one of those Pasadena. Anyway, give my best to Mr. Leroy Downs.
I will. I will. And Merry Christmas, everybody, as we're
Merry
approaching.
Christmas.
And I just want to say that Mon here is number 499.
Wow.
Next
Wow.
week,
Wow. Congratulations.
thank you, without fully thinking of it. Sorry, hold on.
Wow.
Let me just,
That's amazing.
it is amazing.
Yeah.
Without really thinking about it ahead, which is kind of, this is one of my like late night typo things. I booked 500 and 501 with two different people, Leslie Lewis and Wendy Barnes. So next Wednesday, I'm trying to figure out what to do with a special show dedicated to the 500 people that I've had. It's a little complicated because I should have probably started several months ago, so I could
Maybe open with Chick Corea's 500.
with what? Say that again.
Chick Corea's 500 miles.
500 miles.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da.
Yeah.
And then head with the Papa's 500 miles too. Sorry.
It's okay. Any ideas are welcome. I don't know what I'll do, but anyway, that's next Wednesday. And you know, if you want to come on Thursday through Sunday, we always have the archives at least.
Wow. Okay, I'll keep that.
And this week,
Take care of that codes, okay?
it's Flora Purim on the
Woo!
archive.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's gonna Ben Clatworthy, Flora, me, and Dave Liebman.
Wow.
Good week for archives.
I have to inform Sandra Lim, my friend back in Manila, because she's an avid Flora Purim fan.
Cool. All
Okay,
right. Thank
enjoy
you.
the days. Love you.
Love you too.
Love
Bye,
you all,
everybody.
guys. Bye.